Well, we continue right now with the author of Instinct, Bishop T.D. Jakes. A lot of great things in the book, and one that really caught me is when you use a quote from Martin Luther King Jr., one of his famous speeches, "The fierce urgency of now, seizing the moment." I find so many, I preach about investing, self-empowerment all the time, and people procrastinate. I will do it. I will do it. Week goes by, month goes by, year goes by, 2 years go by. Seizing the moment. How do you seize the moment?
I think first you have to sense the moment. Some people don't even sense that they're having a moment. And then when you sense that you're having a moment, to take ownership and take control. We keep waiting on somebody to come do something that we have to often do ourselves. And I think this, particularly this coming generation who has not necessarily been groomed to be builders, are waiting to inherit or take over or be appointed in areas where you have to be more aggressive than that and seize the moment and take control of your own future and destiny.
You think people understand, though, that these moments can be the worst day of your life, that could actually be the moment?
Right. Well, I think opposition is the mother of opportunities. And so if there weren't a problem, then your fix has no value. And business is built on fixing problems. So if you avoid problems, you're not going to do great business. The whole integrity of your business rests on the premise of somebody else's problem and providing some solution for it. So if you avoid problems, you've avoided business.
What about the sweat and the toil? To your point, there's a lot of people out there who have this dilemma. I grew up relatively poor, and I provided a more comfortable life for my kids, but I feel like they don't have this sort of, they're smarter than me, they have a better vocabulary, they're nicer people than me, they're everything better than me except the work ethic part. How does that happen?
That's a big problem. I went through it with my own children, but ultimately I think children will imitate what they see. And to some degree they eventually evolve, but the early years is pretty frustrating because they have no premise of having to really work. And then so many things are done through technology today that work has lost a lot of its value. But this is not just sweat equity. This is perseverance. When you start a business, it's not going to go right. Everything's not going to fall into place. You don't live happily ever after on the first weekend. So you have to allow the integrity of the experience is what really gives you the value to be able a long-term player makes you effective only when you recognize what you did wrong and how you fixed it. That gives you integrity in business to go forward.
In the stock market, we talk about pride and ego. And the reason people make a lot of mistakes in the stock market is pride and ego. They'll hold a stock that's obviously a company that's not going to live up to its expectations because they can't sell it. They can't take the hit. They can't take the. You can't take the. So that's it. So how does someone overcome the pride and ego in their own personal lives to take advantage of their instincts or to even tap into it?
I think in the book I talk about in instincts, getting in the field of your dreams, get in the arena, get around people who are doing it, even if you have to come in on a very low level, even if you have to volunteer. Why recreate the wheel? Somebody has done this before. Learn from them what they have done, and then add your uniqueness and your flavor to it. But the basic principles of business are universal, regardless of the product and the uniqueness of your personality. There are certain things that you can't get away from, and you can learn them.
All right. Hey.